Hello, guys, and welcome to the Tracy Show. I know I have been gone for a minute, but I've been really, really busy working and trying to do this. And actually, September and October were really busy months for me, or October will be. But I want to get into this because I can't let this go on any longer. This is sickening. This is so sickening to me. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I hope that this is never, ever
breached fences and busted doors in
shown
an
again,
immigration raid
whether
on
I'm
an
here
entire
or whether
apartment building
I'm
on the
gone.
city's south side.
This is
Dozens of residents from their homes and zip
ridiculous.
ties, including
These
children,
ICE
some of
people
them
are
without any clothes.
sick.
They then held some outside for hours and dragged the others into rented vans.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face.
Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught.
And lady, the word is distraught. That's why they chose you, because you were going to say something like that. Distraught. But anyway, they are in there scaring the children in a apartment building. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. This needs to be stopped ASAP. And what I'm hearing is that the Supreme Court, the guy that sits up there, Kavanaugh, he agrees with all this. He said it's okay to do this. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what, Kavanaugh? Somebody needs to come up there and hem up you and your family. Put some handcuffs on y'all. Yeah. Do you really belong here?
They zip-tied the kids together. ICE put out a statement saying they were pursuing Trinidad gang members, but U.S. citizens living in the building say they were detained too. The cops told them that if they had any unrelated warrants, they wouldn't be going back home. 37 people were ultimately arrested after agents separated children from their parents on the street. And if you're looking at this and asking yourself, how is this legal? That is the right question to ask. And it has kind of an answer. And to understand it, you have to go back to Los Angeles this summer, where federal immigration agents started pushing the envelope on orders from the White House. They raided Home Depot parking lots and Walmart lots, and they grabbed people they saw. Near one Home Depot, masked agents with batons grabbed Narcisco Barranco, who has lived in the U.S. for more than 30 years and has 3 sons serving in the Marine Corps. Agents beat Barranco on the ground, dislocating his shoulder before detaining him. In Van Nuys, agents raided a car wash, learning this, sending patrons and workers scrambling before the 79-year-old owner, who is a U.S. citizen named Rafi, tried to ask them what they were doing.
A 79-year-old man. And I actually saw his arm. His arm is messed up. I am serious. They threw this man down like he was a rat. I can't wait till somebody whip that on one of them ICE people, because this is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all just going around just doing this. Just acting a fool. Like your damn president.
Was taken down by agents and eventually handcuffed. Rafi says he was injured in the process.
And they sit on me, it's in my elbow, since a week ago, and it's in my arm.
Rafi says he and 5 others at his car wash were taken to a federal detention center downtown. We're still working to learn more about why they were detained.
And that man is not alone.
Yo, these guys are literally based off of skin color. My homie was born here just because of the way he looks.
Agents kept stopping people they suspected of being undocumented immigrants for no reason other than they weren't obviously white. Like Brian Gavidia, the man you saw there, the 29-year-old American. He wasn't arrested, but he says agents went through his phone for 20 minutes and kept his real ID card. Now, these are obvious violations of people's core constitutional civil rights. their right to equal protection, and the freedom from unlawful searches and seizures. And victims filed a class action lawsuit. And after an entire bench trial, a federal judge sided with those victims and ended the ICE sweeps. And in her ruling, she wrote, "It is illegal to conduct roving patrols which identify people based upon race alone, aggressively question them, and then detain them without a warrant, without their consent, and without reasonable suspicion that they are with status." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. An appeals court upheld her injunction against ICE. You have to stop doing this. And so the Trump administration took the issue to the Supreme Court. And lo and behold, last month, the court's 6-3 conservative majority voted to just let Trump and ICE continue for now, as the case works its way up, to use racial profiling in their immigration raids, halting the lower court's decision, saying, go ahead. Now, they gave no reasoning or explanation for their decision, silent, except Justice Brett Kavanaugh, who wrote a short concurring opinion saying,
Yeah, I had to stop it right here because that's him, Kavanaugh, cheesing, looking like his breath stink, and a toupee sitting up on his head with a little part on the side, red. Or what, you been out in the sun too long? You can't even get a suntan. That's how. What the world? What the world? And you talk about it's all right. Somebody all slap you upside your head. Get that wig straight. Handcuff you. Hog tie you. I bet you change your tune in. Gonna have the nerve to say that this is okay. Wacko Jacko, you are a crazy racist. Yes, I'm not scared to say it. You racist, looking like your breath smell like you need a mint so bad, racist.
there's absolutely no problem whatsoever with racially motivated stops by law enforcement. Quote, if the officers learn the individual they stopped is a U.S. citizen or otherwise lawfully in the U.S., they promptly let the individual go. Welcome to the era of what critics call the Kavanaugh stop. Carte blanche for ICE to continue violent, warrantless raids and stops all over the country to undocumented immigrants, lawful residents, and American citizens alike. Like Leonardo Garcia Venegas, you see him there being cuffed roughly by ICE agents on a construction site where he was working. Vargas showed the agents his real ID as proof of citizenship, and they told him he was lying. And it took hours to get him out of custody, so not exactly expeditious. And then, get this, 2 weeks later, ICE arrested him again at another work site. He's now suing the government. The consequence of all this is what we're seeing now in the dead of night in Chicago. Dozens of federal agents raiding an entire apartment building with kids in it just to see what they can find. It's the most egregious abuse of our basic rights as Americans I've seen in a long time, maybe in my lifetime. And it comes 2 weeks after Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem posted a hype video of another violent ICE raid with helicopters and grenades, this time on a house in the Chicago suburbs. And guess what? 2 U.S. citizens were mistakenly arrested. You know, there's a reason the American founders put the right to be free from unlawful searches and seizures in the Bill of Rights from the start. Masked secret police profiling people and now targeting entire apartment buildings, making everyone prove they're not guilty of something, is the province of tyrants. It is the opposite of American. And I don't think Americans will stand for it, nor should they.
I don't know what we're going to do, but he is so correct. We should not be standing for this mess. Look at this mess right there. Look at that. I just had to show you this one. Look at this mess. They can't even hold him down, so they just end up leaving.
That's right, Chris. Well, we know that this happened right here at the corner of Costner and 63rd early on Saturday morning. 2 men who, again, appear to be ICE agents stop in the middle of the road here, blocking traffic. They then approach a white car parked on the street. And what happened next? all caught on video.
I heard a lot of honking, excessive honking.
Sam Hassan first heard what was happening outside of his auto body shop Saturday before he saw it. His cell phone video shows two men grabbing another from behind a car and taking him to the ground.
The first thing I saw was they were pinning him against the car. Both of the guys were struggling to subdue him and try to take him to the ground.
At one point, the man appears to be on all fours, and the agent winds up on his back. He appears to grab one of the agent's radios and throws it. Moments later, an agent tries to zip tie his hands, but the man tosses those away too.
Now I find that to be spooky as hell. They can't arrest him. He is fighting back with everything he has. And these saw it, just give up and leave him. So if you was just going to leave him there, why you even bother? Why did you even bother? Are you real police officers? Why didn't you call for backup? I'm so confused. You mean that if the community just says let him go, you let him go? No, you let him go because you couldn't handle him. Take your asses to the gym.
Look, there's certain ways and proper ways of conducting, what you're doing, but, you're dealing with another human being.
Let him go!
Hassan said a crowd gathered, shouting for the agents to stop. But watch, suddenly they do. The man is released and the two agents drive off. What's not clear is why.
Along the way, in trying to take them into custody, they discovered they didn't have the basis to do it. Somebody may have been challenging them at the scene.
Dr. Arthur Larigio, criminology professor at Loyola University, says these agents don't appear to be properly trained in how to detain a suspect. Another problem, he says one agent is dressed in plain clothes.
He had nothing to identify who he was. Why he was there, where he was from, that's a mystery. It should never be a mystery if a person's freedom is being taken away from them on the street.
Absolutely, Carrot Top. It should never be a mystery if someone is trying to take your freedom. So why is this all so mysterious? Just walking up to people the way they look. Somebody gonna beat the y'all. I hope they do.
Now, what's also not clear, Chris, is why this arrest attempt happened in the first place. Surveillance video from Hassan's business
Ain't nothing clear
before that scuffle happened. We'll get to that for you coming up in our 5 o'clock hour. Now, we have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security to ask them questions about what exactly happened here on Saturday. We're still waiting to hear back.
Well, I guess you're going to keep waiting to hear back. These sorry, they ain't got nothing to say. They ain't got nothing to say. But what? We couldn't tie them up, so we just gave up. We was tired.
Reporting live in the West Lawn neighborhood, I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS News, Chicago.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Y'all, share this video. Like this video. Turn your post notifications on because I'm sick of this crap. These people crazy. Subscribe, because as a community, we're going to have to do something.